Hey guys, we're back with another video. Today we're going to be playing OP11's Blue Purple Luffy, seeing how this works in the meta and why this deck is not banned, why Bandai even released it. This deck is insane. I played a few practice games with it. It is absolutely ridiculous. This is my version of this deck. It's copying some Japanese player that was doing pretty well with it. Let's hop right into a game and see if we can get a win today. Okay guys, we are into the game right off the bat. We are playing against one of the decks that I think is actually the biggest counter to Blue Purple Luffy. It's Belo Betty. This is a interesting hand. I'm going to keep it. And if this was a normal game, I wouldn't keep it because I don't have a Gear 2 and I really don't have many characters that are playable. I'm going to play one Zoro, probably not two. But I want to have a weaker match going to this Belo Betty so I can get some real practice in a tough situation playing against this deck that I think is the #1 counter. We're going to start off our turn number 2 with a swing, just in case he gets some weird trigger he can't rest or affect. Yeah, there was a trigger, luckily. I mean, I guess it didn't matter regardless. But we don't want to ever swing first. We want to always swing first before dropping our Zoro against a yellow deck or a green deck, something that can rest our Zoro because then we lose that free ramp. We want to make sure we avoid that. He's going to have a big turn next turn. It looks like he's adding that to just get out the characters and then have a base swing into my leader. Okay, he's going to get 2 swings down. It looks like we're going to have to eat. Holy moly. We could block it, but then we lose our 2K. We can hope for a 1K. We're going to have to take one of these. We get a 1K. We're going to keep that. We're going to trash and counter out of that one. We want to keep the Bentham. That is a better card for us. So we're going to swing. We need to think about, are we going to try to knock down his board? Because next turn when he gets his leader ability, he's going to 3 on the Karasu, 3 on Ivankov, and then he might drop the 3 on that Rush character that could be coming down next turn, so we need to watch out for that. Do we want to clear his board, or are these bodies now not going to really be a big problem? I think they're not going to be. We want to get him to discard his hand. Let's swing into leader, get an extra Don. We're going to drop Bonclay. I would really like to go heavy on the leader attack. I don't think we can. You know, I think we have to. We don't want to Gum Giant. Then we lose both Don that we just got. We're going to put this on the leader. Force him to eat it, otherwise burn 2 cards from his hand, which he doesn't want to do. Hopefully we didn't give him anything good. I didn't see any triggers come through, which is great. What's nice about the simulator is if they do have a trigger, sometimes they have the setting where, you know, we'll kind of pause for a second, and if there's no trigger, I'll just put it immediately in their hands. So you can kind of read what they're going to get. Okay, he did leader ability into both of these small characters. I honestly feel like an idiot for not taking those out. We honestly might lose the game right here. Okay, trigger effect. Let's use the trigger. Let's gain an active Dawn. We honestly might have to Gum Giant this turn. This is ridiculous. Okay. Up to one of your revolutionary army other than Sabo gains 2,000 power during this turn. This is not good. He can split this up in a way. I'm glad he did that. He can split this up in a way that he wins this turn. He can do 6, 6, 7, and I lose. So we're going to have to Bonclay, not showing him our hand yet. He still might think we have a 2K. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. He's going to go 7 and 7. So we have to take this one. He's hoping for something. Yeah, we're already losing. Let's trash this one. Choose this friendly target. Yeah, we lost. Wow. Let's see if he accepts a rematch. I really like this matchup. We got destroyed. Let's go first again. We're gonna mulligan. That was a terrible hand. Hopefully game 2, fingers crossed, we can pull something through. That was really, really bad. I mean, terrible. Just a terrible game. Let's use the card action. It asks me that every turn. I should probably turn that off. We're gonna Like I said last game, we're going to swing into the leader. Hopefully, if there's a trigger, we get rid of it now, and then we're going to deploy our Zoro. Hopefully, he doesn't knock this out. Am I doing something wrong by giving him turn 2? Is that an advantage for him as Belo Betty? Does he prefer to go first? Does he prefer to go second? I don't know. I should know. I don't know, unfortunately, though. I haven't played against this deck enough times. This is a scary match. Okay, so we want to leave some Dawn up for this. Or honestly, we're at 5. We could pop one of these. Okay, so the KO 3 or less, I'm not too worried about that. We could KO this. The once per turn. So we could get a Dawn with that, or we can get a Dawn with that. I think we're going to go 5 to leader. I think we're going to then God Thread, pop the Ivankov. And then we're going to swing heavy into his leader. This is a great rematch. Maybe he'll let us do the best 2 out of 3 if I beat him this one. We'll end the turn there. I honestly think that Belo Betty is #1 counter to Blue Purple Luffy. So if in your meta, if you're seeing a lot of Blue Purple Luffys at your locals, play some Belo Betty. I mean, you just saw how it killed me before I could even use my leader ability once. If you can shut me down before I can actually do anything, it's a good spot for you. I could argue that I should have kept that one last on up because he's probably going to take the attack anyway for this. Because now we have to burn a Zoro. I want to keep all 3 of these life because he's going to have a turn where he does something just immensely stupid. Okay. This is interesting. Let's not reveal our hand and let's 6 into this and hopefully he burns a 2k. Okay, he did burn a 2k Sabo. There's 2 different things we could do. We could blind Sanji, no clue what's on top. Probably a dumb move. Either character that we play, we do not have any Dawn, so we just have to take. But we do give ourselves an extra life with this, so let's do that. Let's return 1 Dawn. Let's trash the other Linlin. Let's gain a life. And then a 6 or less we're going to put on his life. I think we've got to go Lindbergh just because the size of the character. I think that's what we got to do. We're going to end the turn. I think that is our best bet. Okay, this guy comes down. Inazuma is terrifying. Now he's got 3 attacks. Luckily, some of them are just base at a 5. I guess that one's a 6. The koala attack. Terrifying. These rapid fire attacks coming through are not something that I like to deal with. And every single attack that comes through we have to take unless we get lucky. Bottom of the owner's deck. You know? He already put a Dawn on that one, so we're going to put that under. I could have kept this, but Belo Betty doesn't run any big bodies, and next turn I want to get a Sanji down since I'm on 8. Hopefully get some big bodies. This is the turn for Belo Betty that if he doesn't win, he is once again in a bad spot. He wants to win on my 8 Dawn turn. This sucks. I have to take every hit. If I didn't get that red rock, I would have just lost. Yeah. Would have been done. Okay, let's grab a straw hat. Let's grab this. We're going to put on top Gum Giant. We're going to draw into that, and then we're going to pop out that next turn. So in case you guys don't know Luffy's ability, look at the top 5, draw a straw hat, then re-put the top 4 cards on the top of your deck in any order. And then that's the start of your turn, so you still get to draw that first card, that card going into your turn. So I can now know that they rush Luffy's the next card. Can put that down. So there's 2 things I can do. He has 1 card in hand, and we know he has a 1k counter. These could be triggers, they could be a lot of different things. So we could clear his board, or we could go for game. Last game we didn't clear his board, and I think that was dumb. So let's clear his board first. I mean, because we have nothing. If we mess up here, we can do nothing. We could also kind of freeze him out, knowing that if I Gum Gum Giant next turn, I won't get that much. We could play the Nami and kind of just freeze him out and wait. We could even give ourselves an extra life, because if he drops a dragon, we lose. If this happens to be a dragon, or if we happen to hit into his leader. So we could play a blocker and keep a lot of Dawn up and know next turn he can do nothing. It's not a fun thing to do. We're going to place on the bottom, we're going to place this card, and then I like the Lin. Lin. And with these extra Dawn, we're going to drop a Zoro, so we have some extra attackers. We're going to go super, super safe defensive. In case he had that dragon, we would have lost. There's no reason to, pop out the 9-cost Luffy, get one attack in, give him an extra card, and then lose the game. There's no point to that. So we want to make sure we have a blocker, and right now we have 3 defensive cards in the hand, and we're still going to make sure that we stay at our 8 Dawn so we can use the leader ability next turn. There's that rusher. You can see that if we, had 8-cost Luffy right now, we would have to take 2 attacks. He might have played a little bit differently, might have killed us. So he does 6 to 6. Then he's going to go 7. So no blocker. Let's pop this out and give it to our Luffy. I'm trying to make sure I click very carefully here, because I've done it before where I just kind of rush through it and then I miss the ability for me to, use something from my hand or whatnot. Okay, we're going to draw the Gear 2. We're going to put Usohachi on top. We're going to play into Lin. I could argue that with the Gum Gum Giant, drawing these 2 would suck if I do Gum Gum next turn. But I think I win right here. Let's clear that. He doesn't really have anything in hand, so let's 1. I don't know. Okay, so he just drew 2 cards. So now, once again, we need to be smart. We kind of just should build up our board, make it really big, nice and fat. We're going to discard a Gear 2, gain a life, and then a 6 or less on the bottom of his. I'm going to put this at the bottom. Once again, we have to be extremely careful, because one slip up and we're going to lose. Now we know he's got a trigger as his next card, but we also know that if he drops a card like Dragon this turn, we are fine. We are in a good spot. Stressing me out just a little bit, these cards that he could play, because I'm thinking the biggest card he runs is a Dragon. I don't know if going into OP11, if he runs any new cards in the build. I don't know if there's any new cards for Revolutionary Army. I don't think there are. I think coming OP12 there are, but those I also don't think are in red. I don't know what color the new koala is. Okay. This can attack. This can attack, but it's only a 5. He'd have to put some Dawn on it. We could 3. Because we know our next 2 draws are bricks anyway. Because this guy can't attack. Just played him. This guy can attack. He can go 7 and 7. So if I block this one, he throws a 7. I take it, and then he throws a 7 and I block it. So let's do that. No blocker. This. That's why I thought it was weird, because my leader's minus 1k. That's why numbers are getting kind of screwed up. He's going to go 7 and 7. I think he realizes not much he can do. I'm going to, no blocker, I'm going to take it. Okay. he gave up. He knew I had it next turn. GG. And he left. Unfortunately, we can't play that third match with him. But as you guys can see, Belo Betty is a super tough matchup. So when you're playing against this this deck, make sure you mulligan, unlike I did that first game. Make sure you guys have a good hand going into Belo Betty, and play Belo Betty. Belo Betty if you want to win against Blue Purple Luffy. It's a good deck. It does extremely well. There's a lot of versatility in that deck, but then if you make it to the late game, you're kind of screwed. So good luck in your games, guys. Thanks for watching.